Well, here we go from center court. It's the state championship. 5A boys underway. Atrisco will hold on to the rock left to right, and we're off and running. That's Adrian Ortega, top of the key. Corbin Waukee, the 5'7" guard, who had 38 points in the semifinals. Very slow start.
There's got to be some major adrenaline pumping through here. You know, I mean, you'd have it if the room was empty, but with the crowd, you know, student sections and fans from both sides.
Waukee step back is short. So he missed one shot all of the semifinals, and he'll start off 0-1. Rob Armijo awkwardly is going to turn it over.
So again, that's the yips, I think, from the extra adrenaline. Beautiful. Wow. I'll tell you what, and I love that call. I love that call as a tie-up as opposed to a foul. A lot of times, you know, maybe, you know, in the preseason, you know, you'll see some of the less experienced officials might call that a foul. These guys right on top of it. That's just a good
let them play early,
play.
too, set the tempo.
That's right.
Valley turned it over on their first possession. Rob Armijo doesn't score a lot, but very active defensively. Does all the little things. Adana Salties averages 22 points a game. Anaya averages 15. Salty's out of the right elbow, and he'll back it out.
Well, now Armijo can definitely score off the dribble.
Pump fake, Anaya goes window strong, but a foul's going to be called. So off to the free throw line is Joe Anaya, and he makes a living there.
That one on Rourke.
So Anaya off to the free throw line, shoots 79% and hits the first.
First point of the 5A Boys 2014 U.S. Bank State Basketball Championship. That's big.
Anaya gets them both, and it's 2-0 Valley.
Those the Jags fans, they got some towels over on their side, but that could be a little.
Heard they handed out 650 of them at the entrance.
Didn't see the ball of Anaya there.
Spin move, can't get it to go. The rebound, though, up and in. And that's Joe Brooks, the senior.
That's exactly what we've come to expect from Joe Brooks. No surprise.
Armijo's going to reset it. Here's Salty's the other way.
Offensive foul. Tell you what, when Saltese is powering in like that, Deshaun Lucero is a man. Because, you know, to take that charge, man, you have to really want to do it for your team. Saltese is a big body coming in, and he had a full head of steam.
Adrian Ortega out on the wing is going to hand it off to senior Brooks. 5:49 to go here in the opening quarter. A steal, and that's Troy Giddings, the senior. On the inside, puts in big minutes. Anaya's going to go all the way. Left hand, window it in, a little smooch. Anaya with a first field goal for Valley. They're on top by 2.
You can't make him go to his left and make him go to his right and look for a weakness. This kid can change hands in midair. That was a little Jordan-esque move right there.
Brooks will back it out. First game these two played was at Atrisco Heritage. It was a tight one. Valley won at 57-50. Back up, Brooks, no. Couldn't hit the three, and Anaya skies high for it. Off to it on Salties. Second time they met, another 7-point game at Valley. Atrisco won 59-52, and then the last one, district tournament championship. Valley pulled away late, winning 77-63. But none of that matters now. This is for all the marbles, JD.
Well, we started out 0-0 in this one. It's a 4-2 ball game, and we're almost halfway through the first quarter. Would you have guessed that between these two teams?
Deep step back for Salties, can't hit. And Bo Coleman touched it last, out of bounds. He can really sky high, can't he?
He got up in the air there pretty good, and already, you know, pretty good physical play between the teams here. Coach Adrian Ortega was looking for a, for a foul there against Coleman, but the official's gonna let these kids get some things resolved out there on the court.
Rob Armillo guarding Waukee, steps in the lane. Count that, baby! Off the window and in. So Corbin Waukee with his first field goal ties it at 4. Now Rob Armillo is going to be guarding Waukee most of the game. Rob Armillo is probably the best on-ball defender in the state.
He is relentless, and good defenders like that, they're gonna get some fouls too. There's no doubt about it.
Waukee misses the free throw. Devin Peace going to check in, the 6'4" forward. Armillo's going to step in the lane. A little float's good. Rob Armillo with a bucket. And the lead back to Valley.
And that was the kind of thing I was talking about with Rob Armillo. He may not be banging him in from three-point range on you, but he's got a great first step. And if he sees an opportunity, he's going to go in smart. Not going to give you an opportunity to get the foul, the charge called against you. He stops, pops, and puts that one up and in.
3:30 to play here in the opening quarter. It's a 6-4 advantage for the Vikings. Joe Brooks, crossover. Brooks going to drive, a little floater, got the rope.
That is so much harder a shot than he just made it look. The adjustments that you have to make in midair, you're flying forward, and then you've got to try and measure perfectly between you and the bucket. That's a great shot.
Armillo's not going to take that. Inside to Giddings, outside to Coleman. Back out to Rob Armillo for a long 3-0, missed it badly, and Anaya tipped it out of bounds. He's going to hear it from the crowd.
Jaleel Ford, he's another fun one as he comes in here, and he can score, run the ball up and down the court, pretty good on you. And Molina both checking in, but Ford is one of those ones, another one of those like JoJo Brooks on the other side. That man, can the kid get altitude when he goes up in the air.
So Ford, number 20, checking in for the first time, averages just under 7 points a game. Real spark off the bench for Valley all year. Adrian Ortega will back out his dribble. Brooks going to get a high screen from Peace. Brooks going to go all the way, right hand, no, but he's off to the free throw line. It's a third-team foul against the Valley Vikings, and it's the first against number 33, Troy Giddens. Brooks goes in and out, 0 for 2 from the line so far, Atrisco Heritage. Well, the Valley Vikings coming in with the best record in the land of 5A. They're also Metro champions, which is obviously a very hard tournament to win. Both of these teams made it to the semifinals in the Metro. Valley won it. Atrisco lost to Sandia, but they avenged that loss in the semifinals the other night, so I think that's more important.
Yeah, in the Metro, it's great. You want to win that cup and everything, and bragging rights for a whole year because you get to take the cup home, but state championships, just a notch above.
Just a little bit. Foul on the inside is going to go against Atrisco. It'll be the second team foul. It'll be the first one against Catasigua. So Zeke Catasigua picks up his first personal. Well, JD, Valley last won, and their only win, 1996, when it was still 4A. Salties for 3-0. It was Ford on the wing, and he missed. Corbin Waukee step up 3. That's short. Anaya's going to run with it. He's got some numbers, and Anaya's just going to go all the way. Count it. No. But he's off to the free throw line.
Now, no foul on Ortega out there, because
they gave him the benefit because he was going to goal.
That's exactly right. They give him the benefit, and I think that's a great call. The chip inside when he's actually in scoring position is the right call.
Well, Valley defeated Alamogordo 43-35 in 1996. It wasn't Coach Coleman, and it was Jerry Snyder. That's how far back it was since the Vikings have won a state championship, and they're only one. And it was actually against Ron Geyer, who lost the championship earlier today. 1-2 on the free throw line. Anaya's going to get a steal, and Anaya's going to go hand off. Ford pumps. He was blocked. Anaya put back. No. And it's tipped out. Here comes Waukee.
Nice little defensive set there by the Jags.
Peace inside, yes.
Just hard work. Just hard work because he was well defended. He just kept going up towards the hoop.
Ford, pump fake underneath to Amijo. We'll kick it out to Salties. Salties quiet so far. He's scoreless. An eye out of the right elbow for three. He's short. Tipped around, and Wauke's going to go one-on-one against Salties. Wauke, strong off the window and in. Big roar from the Atrisco fans.
The kid just climbs a ladder. Says, you know what? Yeah, I'm not even going to try and get the contact with you. He goes up high off of the glass. And you got to practice that a lot. You know, a lot of people know where that square is on the glass and everything, but to go high, you got to practice that smooch a bunch.
Molina backs in, turnaround jump's no good. Quick outlet, Rourke wide open, way too strong. And a tie-up's going to be called underneath. It'll be Atrisco basketball. 42.5 to go in this opening quarter. It's gone by quick.
I suspected it would. You know, I mean, there was really a lull in scoring for these two teams at the first half of this quarter. Starting to pick up a little bit here.
You would imagine nerves, it'll all settle in.
Yeah.
And here's Wauke, and he'll set it up. He's going to be guarded by Chris Martinez, who enters the game for the first time, the senior for the Vikings. 35 on the clock here in the opening quarter. 11-7, Atrisco on top by 4. And Atrisco looking like they want to play for one. Valley's going to be content with that.
You know, I always get a kick out of it because, you know, the crowd will always give the boo like that, and it doesn't mean much because it's easily remediable if the coach wants to just send a player out there and force the issue. But the Vikings are willing to take that too.
Step back crossover. Yes! Buckets for Corbin Wauke. And the buzzer rings at the end of one. And Wauke leads all scores with 7. 14-7, Atrisco on top. And what a first quarter it was. Let's check out some of the highlights. It all started off with an easy bucket underneath. Then to go up 4-2, it was Joe and I finishing strong, going to the hole. Wauke got his, tied it up at 6. Atrisco started to go on a little bit of a run here. A little floater by Joe Brooks, he got the roll. Once Joe Brooks is feeling it so hard to guard, the dish inside, Devin Peace got his. Made it 9-7, Atrisco. Wauke finished. And it's Atrisco Heritage on top, 14-7 after one. We'll step aside. You're watching the NFHS Network.